Hi, I am Deepu Jacob, Technical Consultant, Acolade Consulting. I am going to present about data masking feature, which is a part of Oracle Enterprise Manager. Acolade Consulting is the company specialized in providing independent testing services to its clients. We are Oracle's first Enterprise Manager application quality management solutions specialized partner. We are an approved vendor to the Australian government, Oracle Corporation, and IBM. The purpose of this presentation is to demonstrate data masking feature, which is a part of Oracle Enterprise Manager. Now I will take you through a demonstration of the capabilities of Oracle data masking tool through a case study. The case study is about masking the data in a test environment, thereby protecting the confidentiality of the data. This is the initial Oracle Enterprise Manager page, which can be accessed through any popular web browsers like Internet Explorer, Firefox, etc. A valid user can log in using proper credentials and access the data masking feature. We will now start the data masking process by adding a custom fee for the data to be masked, which will be saved into the format library. We are now creating a format for the phone number column, which we chose for masking. We can specify formats like random numbers, fixed strings, array list as the format of the mask. We will now create a masking definition for the fields we want to mask after identifying a schema. We will use the HR schema, which has the employees table with columns like employee ID, department ID, salary, phone number, and email. We will now define the format for the employee ID column, which is the primary key of the employees table. Notice that all foreign key columns related to the employee ID will also be masked like the primary key. We can either import a custom format from the format library or can add a new format for the column by specifying the data type and by giving a default condition. We will now move on to adding the format for the first name and last name columns by specifying the format and adding the default condition. We are now adding the format for the salary column for masking by adding a custom condition. What we are seeing now is the masking definition screen with the columns we added for the masking process. We are now adding the phone number column by retrieving the custom format which we created initially in the format library. This completes the creation of data masking definition for the fields which we chose to be masked. We will now go ahead and generate a script which contains a pre-masking and post-masking script for masking the columns. The script generated contains a summary of the database commands that will be used to mask the columns. Before we run the masking job, we will query the data which is in the employees table which we chose for masking. We will take a column for reference. The employee ID column with the value 197 has first name Kevin, last name Feeney, the phone number 650-507-9822 and salary 3000. We will now move on to starting the masking job, which can be done by giving the proper host credentials. What we are seeing now is the masking job status screen with the status of the job as running. Once the status of the job is succeeded, we can query the masked data from the employees table to get an overview of the changes made after the masking process. After the masking process, we can see that all the columns which we give for masking has changed. The employee first name, last name, salary, and phone number for the employee ID 197 has completely changed, but the format of each column were preserved. This is one of the key characteristics of data masking, which allows the user to preserve the format, thereby maintaining data integrity and security of the data being masked. Data masking protects confidential data in test environments when the data is used by developers, analysts, or offshore vendors. Customer data which demands confidentiality can be shared with third parties without revealing any personally identifiable information or the actual data. Data masking maintains data integrity across multiple applications where the data is referenced. What we have seen today is an example of how data masking tool can be used in masking data in a test environment. Thanks for your time today, and I hope you found this session useful. Appreciate if you leave us your feedback or have any queries. Please write to us on info@acolade.com.au and our team will be in touch with you. I encourage you to view our series of videos on various interesting yet challenging topics regarding testing and quality management. At Acolade, your success is our business. Thank you.